This is hole 6 from the red pad throwing to the gold basket. I flicked a Lucid Justice here. I get around this little bush and give myself a look at birdie. What's up guys, this is Matt with SideArm Productions. Today we're out in Debary, Florida at River City Nature Park Disc Golf Course. We're going to be playing the Alpha course today. We'll come back to you after we play around and we'll give you our review of the course. Before I forget, congratulations to Used Potatoes for winning the Paul Macbeth ESP Buzz from our last disc review, as well as a SideArm Productions t-shirt. We've already replied to your comment. Reach out to us and get us your shipping information. We'll get that out to you soon. All right guys, so we had a chance to play the course. This is a course that we're familiar with. I've played it a good bit, however, it's been a few years. So coming back, there was some significant changes. It's an 18-hole course, 2 sets of permanently placed baskets and 2 sets of permanently placed pads as well. There's a lot of holes on this course where there's 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 pins, which is crazy when you're looking at the T sign. In fact, there's one sign out here that I sponsored back when they did a redesign of this course and they were putting new signs in. I believe that hole has, is it 13 pins? Anyway, a ridiculous number of pins. As cool as some of those holes might play, it lends itself to being a little bit confusing. I will say this, on the signs at this course, they had zip ties on the sign indicating which pin had the gold basket and which pin had the red basket. The way that the holes individually play have a very unique challenge from hole to hole. There's not a lot of gimme stuff, especially from the long pads. Even if they're par 4s that are relatively short, it plays pretty technical. There is some windy holes, and the design really seems to kind of exploit, if there's a dangerous wooded area, it's trying to make you flirt with that. And all in all, I feel like the design's really good. However, based on what I was talking about a minute ago, where you've got these multiple baskets and you've got so many pins on the sign, you might not have the easiest time navigating the course. There's not a lot of navigational signs out here. Some of the signs, it seemed like we're really close to the next pad. It'd be like, oh, we're walking through the woods. I think we're going the right way. Oh, finally, now we see an XT sign. Anyways, navigation and flow struggles a bit, not because of the design itself, but I think because of how ambitious the club and the designer were with adding all these pins and putting 2 baskets permanently in the ground, if that makes sense. Baskets are looking a little worse for wear, and I know I've mentioned a couple times they have 2 baskets on every hole. One's supposed to be a red basket, one's supposed to be a gold basket. Well, it's not that black and white. Some of the red baskets simply have like 1 spot of spray paint on a gold basket. From a distance, you think it's a gold basket, and then, you know, you throw your shot, you get to it, and then you walk up and you go, oh crap, we played to the wrong basket. And you see a red dot spray painted on it. Some of the baskets didn't have the numbers on them either, but generally speaking, the baskets are in decent condition. They're disc catchers. The pads are in pretty good condition. They're all concrete with the exception of 7's long pad, I think. I think it's probably time that they start replacing some of the signs. Some of them are just sun-baked. So some of them, I mean, are almost not legible. They're so sun-baked and faded. Trash cans there's some trash cans out on the course. Not on every hole, for sure. Same thing with benches. There's a good amount of benches. Again, they're not on every hole. I think most of the people who play this course agree that this is just a really unique and cool property. It almost feels like it's for disc golf. And there's nothing out here but disc golf. It's a pretty big piece of property. None of the holes really seem like they're on top of each other or anything like that. I mean, there's some little creeks that kind of run through the course where they built some cool little bridges. There's a little bit of elevation, you know, but there's a lot of unique types of kind of forest. You've got kind of some pine forest, you've got some open fields, you've got some palm areas that are a little denser, that, you know, heavy shade. You're going in and out of the shade here all day. Even on a really hot sunny day, kind of like today, you don't get too miserably baked by the sun and sunburnt and everything. I will say the course holds a little bit of water. It wasn't so bad today, but when there is a lot of water out here, it tends to bring the mosquitoes with it, of course. My number one thing I hate about this property, for whatever reason, I'm sure it's not just this property, but I always run into it here. I don't know if you guys know what monkey balls are. They're these little, I don't know, they're like little seeds that stick to you. They're little spiky seeds that stick to your clothes, your socks, your shirt, if you go digging through the woods for a disc or something, and they get all over everything and they're just a pain to get off. So monkey balls. It can also get pretty windy out here, and especially in some of the open areas. It wasn't too bad today. It was a little swirly, so it was a little hard to predict exactly what it was doing, but we didn't have probably any winds over 10 miles an hour or so. So really mild day for wind on this course. The parking lot's not bad. We do have a covered pavilion and some grills. Otherwise, that's about it. There's no basketball courts or playground or bathrooms or water fountains or anything else like that out here. It's just a nature park. Really cool that it's dedicated to disc golf. I always like going to parks where we're not kind of worried about throwing at bicyclers or kids on a playground or anything like that. So it does feel really safe. It feels really secluded. It's just a disc golf park. They do have 2 practice baskets here as well. It's not the biggest practice area I've ever seen, but it's nice to have 2 practice baskets so you don't just all get crammed up on one basket. I don't think there's anything really super close by as far as, it's certainly nothing in walking distance as far as bars or restaurants or stores, but it's easy to get to. It's pretty close to I-4, and I think there's plenty of stuff driving distance wise that you can get to in 10 or 15 minutes. Also, disc golf center, so a big disc golf store with tons of stuff is also really close by as well. So if you need a disc or lose a disc, or maybe you didn't even plan to play disc golf but you're in the area, there's a store really close by with reasonable prices that you can stop by and pick something up and bring over to the course. So I sat down to edit this video and I realized that we did not record our overall rating of the course. So our overall rating of this course, we're gonna give it 3.75 out of 5 stars. And check out our video here. I'll leave a link for it here. This is our first course review. We really thoroughly explained our rating system and kind of broke it down. So check that out if you haven't already seen it. For more videos like this, consider clicking that subscribe button. Thanks again for watching SideArm Productions, and we'll see you next time.